Should we do, which intro should we do? Should we do, what's up everyone and welcome to the capsule? Or should we do,
Woo, woo. What are you saying, guys? I feel like we should do.
What about both? We go, woo, woo. What's up everyone, welcome to the capsule.
Yes.
All right, we're technically already
All right.
started, but let's do it. Wait, I need to get the tone right. How does it go? Woo, woo. It's woo, woo. Well, I need to go higher.
Well, if you want to go,
Yeah.
you have to,
Okay.
you have to hit them ranges as if you just banged your pinky toe on the edge of the table.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Woo, woo.
What's
Welcome
up,
to the
everyone?
Caps.
Welcome to the cat.
What's up, everyone?
That was a mess. It's all good. It's all good.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the capsule.
There we go. We did it.
I'm
We
ready,
did it.
I'm
We're
ready.
in. We're doing it again.
Yeah, we have to.
Okay.
we have
Okay.
to. We have to. All right, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the capsule.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm gonna
Bow.
leave that whole beginning bit in just so people see how much we struggled.
Facts. I wasn't
sorry,
tapped in. I wasn't tapped in. Now I'm tapped in.
It's all right. It's all right. We got this. It takes a while to warm up, guys. It just doesn't come like that, you know. We gotta stretch, get into it.
It's true.
like-
It's
Mobility.
true.
Exactly.
No, you know what? I've been quicker in my past. I've
Yeah.
been quicker to tap in.
Yeah, I'm just not great with words, so I knew what was gonna happen.
That's yeah. I've been better tapping in quicker, but today just wasn't a quick tapping.
It's okay. We all have moments, guys.
Yeah,
It's
we
all right.
do.
We got
Yeah,
time to get into this.
You're right.
So, for those that aren't watching and or aren't familiar, we have the D-Live boys in the place.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's been we
Crazy.
figured out like 2 years or
yeah,
no,
a year and a bit,
a year and-
a solid year and a bit, because
Yeah.
we came to film for your pod in like summer of 2022, and I remember that was within
memory.
yeah. I remember that summer within 2022, and then we was on board for your 1 year anniversary in
Yes.
September October time, because we was doing mixtape around that time. Remember, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good times.
man. Yeah, it was good stuff still.
Woo.
So yeah, that's a solid year and almost 2 years. Very, very much almost 2 years.
Sick. Well, thanks for coming back.
Of course.
I do appreciate it.
Of course.
And yeah, we got lots of stuff to talk about. The boys have kindly said they'll stick around for the members pod as well. So we'll get into some of the more juicy stuff if there is anything there, or we'll just talk about everyone that you hate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll be top of the list. But yeah, so first of all, how's it been going with you guys? That's the most important thing, because I feel like obviously since the last 2 years, you were already doing the content creation stuff, but also now you've done more hosting. I think you had hosted 1 or 2 things maybe back then,
By that point,
Maybe.
or is this all new?
I want to say like literally one,
Okay,
probably being
even
Dancers to Light under 18 for that very, very first time.
potentially, yeah.
And then since then, do you know what I mean? Maybe, potentially we did. But
I think we did that one Dance to Light, and that was it for that year.
yeah, maybe.
And 2023, a few more things, but
Popped
this
up
year's
for
been a lot
real.
more
Okay,
consistent.
Yeah.
yeah. So was that a conscious choice, or did someone like ask you to host and then you just stuck with it, or how did that work out?
So I don't know how. I get these random ideas. I was on the bus. I think
Random
I don't know
ideas,
where
bro.
it was. It was nighttime. It was on the bus. Maybe it was on 149. And I thought to myself, Deshaun, I think we should start doing some hosting stuff. So, okay, cool. I said, I'm going to message Jan and see what he's saying. Obviously, we never hosted before. Like I always say, I'm not the greatest of words. I'm not the most confident person on stage.
But you're getting there though.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
No, I
I'm going to
think
build
you're
myself
good,
up.
yeah.
I'm there. I'm there. What do you mean I'm getting there? I'm
You're
there.
basically there, bro.
I'm there.
I was just trying to get my brother some
Yeah,
words of
yeah, it's
encouragement.
absolutely, you know,
And it backfired on
Fucking
me.
hell, yeah. You took that opportunity to attack you, innit? Fucking hell.
You're getting there, bro. What do you mean, bro? I'm already there, bro.
Just so defensive.
What are you talking to, blood?
What do you mean, fam?
But yeah, so I thought, cool, let's message Jan, see if he has anyone hosting, because the prior year, Damari and Lamar hosted at the under 18s. So I thought, okay, cool, if they could do it, so can we. We can run that too. So I said, hey Jan, we know host before, so if you have no one available, we'd be happy to do it for free and try it out, see how it
sick.
goes. He said, yeah, cool. Let's see how it goes. If it goes well, then future opportunities will pay you and da-da-da. It went well. It went good. Kept on going, and then we kept on doing more events for Deja Vu. Then it gone on to other events people called us in. For example, Move It.
Yeah, you were like was it main stage host?
No,
what
not
was
that
it
yet.
for?
It was a freestyle stage.
Freestyle.
Okay, sick.
Because last year I was one of the faces of Move It.
Let's go.
Aha!
His face.
Come on,
yeah.
G.
Yeah,
Just gonna pull that up. You good?
one of the faces of Move It last year. So they gave me opportunity to do extra things like teaching, hosting on the freestyle stage.
Sick.
Because they saw that we hosted before. So I thought, cool, let's do that. Then this year, we've got opportunity to have both of us on the stage. Obviously not at the same time because it was mostly because I was unavailable at certain points. We were like, cool, we could split this between
fair.
the two of us. So then we got to spread our D-Lie message out
Nice.
on the freestyle stage.
Sick. That's pretty cool. And how have you been finding the hosting stuff? Is it because obviously with the content creation, you kind of like it's not the same as hosting, but it's not the same as
Yeah,
hosting. Like you
it's
have a
different.
bit of like you're kind of talking to camera and like I don't know. It's like you still have to present, keep the audience entertained, etc. Just not with an edit. So, but yeah, has it been? Have you found it be a lot different or? What do you reckon? And would you go more into that than like have you? Do you want to go more into that than the content creation stuff, or are you more into the content creation still?
Yeah, what I find personally, just for myself, is that with content creation, there's so many ways and ideas and just approaches that we can actually go for. Because content creation for me is quite broad. Like, we can always stick with content creation in a sense of like, if we have a video idea, then obviously talking wise, I think it's very much the same. We come in at the beginning of the video, woo woo, what are you saying, guys? Welcome back to another video. If we're doing a vlog, kind of same formula. I think what I find with hosting and like a main difference is that for me personally, I like to feed off of audience interaction, and not audience interaction in like a bait way of like, yeah, make some noise. Or
Yeah.
But like, I think maybe what people may realize, especially with me and Eli, is that we kind of not pick on people in the crowd or like pick on people like in the audience space, but then we kind of help. Like for me personally, that helps as my fuel when I'm talking, or I just kind of like look at somebody and be like, what did you have for breakfast today? Or like I just find it. I think it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Hosting for me personally. Content creation. Say that again.
It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes, boy. It does keep you on your toes. So I think I do prefer hosting to content creation when it comes to talking. Like actually talking.
Like
'cause
the
I think
actual
the
job
verbal
of it,
aspect of it. Whereas content creation, I still love content creation for its own reason of the fact that it's so broad. There's so many avenues we can go down, ideas that we can change and alter. And especially within the space that we're in now with D-Line, there's actually bare ideas. Like there's actually like in terms of like our position in the scene and like doing stuff for dancers. There's numerous challenges. There's so many things we can do in terms of possibly even like having our own series where we interview people just as like a hypothetical. There's just so many avenues that we can go down with content creation that we never throw that away. But I think for myself, the long-winded version of, because that was very long.
That's all good.
I'm just
We've got time.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
you
time.
get it. That was a very long-winded. But yeah, sorry. The short-winded version is that I prefer content. I'm tired. boy.
Aye.
Hosting. I'm gonna get some water. Yeah, no, this is crazy.
And same or different?
What was the question again? I could guess,
as in,
but-
like, do you like the hosting more than the content creation, or do you prefer doing the content creation stuff? Or what's the like? What would D-Lie as a brand like? Are you moving away from that, or are you still going to keep both? Do you think?
I think me personally, in terms of what I prefer content creation. I enjoy doing like the shoots. I enjoy actually being at the shoots, but organizing it can be a bit of a mess
Long, yep.
because people's availabilities, our own availabilities, is
Very long.
So it's that part is not as fun, but I enjoy some aspects of it. But the hosting part, you just turn up on the day, we prepare ourselves, do it, bam. It's there's pros and cons, but I think currently right now I'm in a space where I do enjoy hosting more. But the content creation side I enjoy a lot. But I think I have to think. It's one of those ones that's like I said, because of our lives, we have taken a back step in terms of how much we made, and especially this last year. I think last year summer was like, cool, this is getting a lot right now because both of us doing our own things, whether it's jobs or rehearsals or whatnot. It was like, cool, even our own personal lives, things take a toll as humans do. So we took a step back, and I think within that we've gone trying to find ourselves a bit more, and then hosting just naturally came in through that space. People asked us to do things, so it was like a natural progression. It wasn't like, oh, on the content creation, because we sort of thinking about it just gives me stress about things I have to edit right now. I have so many things I have to
The
edit and
life
release.
of a content creator.
Yeah, that's
Believe
tough to
me,
come
my
out, but it's
friends.
just it's pending. Yeah.
No, I hear that, and it is like there is a lot that goes into the good thing with hosting is like you can just show up on the day, get given a mic, do the job, and go home.
Literally.
Like with the
Yeah,
content
it's
stuff,
beautiful.
it's like
it's
More
beautiful.
than that.
organize, shoot, edit,
Oh,
like
goodness
reshoot,
gracious
whatever
me.
you need to do. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's long.
upon reflection, I really definitely 110% prefer hosting.
It's much
content
easier to say
creation.
that.
It's so
but
much
also,
easier.
I guess with my thing is that with the content creation, there's a bit more like creativity in the way that you can cover stuff or the story that you can tell. I guess.
Yeah, this is the thing. That's the thing.
But
That's
yeah.
the thing. One's more rewarding
Yeah.
when you kind of get to the end and you see the outcome of it, which
Yeah.
is being content creation.
Yeah. And also
Hosting-
when it does well, there's like more people that can
Yeah,
catch on to it or like
110%.
see it, you know?
Whereas hosting is like a more of a one track type of thing.
Yeah.
Literally, like you said, you turn up on the day, you do your job. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
And then you-
peace.
You literally peace out 8 times you get it, and then
Yeah.
you go home. I go to South, Eli goes to North, and we call it a day.
Call it a good
Do
night.
you know what I mean? Sometimes Eli goes out after for drinks. Sometimes I go
Hey,
straight
hey,
home.
no, hey, no, hey, no, hey, no, hey, no,
Or
hey,
sometimes,
no,
or
hey,
sometimes,
yeah, don't criminate me now.
sometimes
I go home.
No, he goes home. He goes.
Yeah, bro, that's what I feel like when I do jobs as a dancer. It's like, oh my God, this is so fucking refreshing. Like when I go to shoot something, I'm like, right, have I got my equipment, memory cards, batteries, this, that. And if I miss one thing, like one screw, one
it.
memory
That's
card,
it,
I'm done. So it's
That's
like,
it. You've done it.
and then I go to dance and I'm like, I just need trainers.
Trainers,
like,
deodorant,
that's it. Yeah,
water.
exactly. And then I'm like, oh my God.
Don't forget the deodorant
Oh yeah, that's important.
and the spare t-shirts.
Although fees are much worse as a dancer, I have to say.
Oh my
So-
goodness, much worse as a dancer.
It balances.
It's just, you know what? To have a successful, feasible life, you gotta go the harder route. That's what it is. You gotta bring more stuff with you to the shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You
true.
gotta put in more hours,
That's what you get paid for.
and that's what you get paid for.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Do you guys have some topics that you wanted to bring to the table?
Yeah, I've got a list.
Oh, let's go with
I've got a list. I do have a list.
organized. Hire them to host.
I'm telling you. Listen,
Yeah, man. Shout us.
listen. Shout us. So
Specialty
the
dance.
first one.
We'll do your, because your topics are all pretty good. We'll do your. Oh wait, there is one thing I want to talk about first, just quickly.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
We'll do your serious, not serious topics, but like your good topics, and then
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
talk
yeah.
shit in the membership one. We'll keep it professional here. But
Defo.
one thing I want to mention, two things actually. First one is that the Own the Floor sessions, we have 2 more left. One is going to be tomorrow when this is out. And the next one will be at the end of June, and the end of June will be our last one. So these are our last 2. We would really love if people would come down, and if you haven't checked it out, you got 2 more chances to check it out, to really like pack the last 2 out to kind of for everyone to get a chance to experience it if you haven't, and kind of give us your feedback and see what you think. And not just for us, but also for like other events or organizations within the scene. If you come down and check out what we're doing and you like it and you like the format, that's something other events could put on. And if you've experienced it, you could tell them about it, or we could run it with them. But yeah, I would just love if we could just pack the last 2 out. Also, at the moment there's no, how do I say that? We haven't got any green light to continue them, so it will just be the 6 months for now. But obviously, the more people that show up, the stronger a case we have to be like, please let us do more. So yeah, even if you just pop in for like half an hour, like every head through the door counts. So yeah, anyone that wants to come along, please feel free. It's free, and we've got some dope DJs, we've got some cool showcases. We're doing a showcase this month instead of an exhibition battle, because we were thinking about what styles to have, and I wanted to have people that maybe don't get as much recognition. So we've got Memphis Jukin UK, Shway Style UK, and Hustling London, who are 3 very different, very sick styles. But rather than having them battle each other and make it a bit like it wouldn't be it like how does hustling work as a battle? It doesn't really, not against another style. So it was more like, all right, let's just do showcases so people can still get to experience them. And hustle is also a great style for that environment. So yeah, definitely come down, check it out, and we will announce what's happening next month after this one, because we're going to try and go all out for the last one. So yeah,
Yeah, that's totally right. Also, bro, just a quick one. What you been doing with the On the Floor sessions?
Yeah, I was gonna say that as
saw-
well.
oh thanks guys.
Come on, bro. For
Oh, I
real.
appreciate
Almost
it.
every one of them, and
It's good.
I've
Yeah,
loved
you've
it.
been showing up. Yeah,
yeah.
He's been
I love it,
slapping them.
man.
Yeah, he's
Sweating
been
heavy.
slapping them off.
Sweating my life
Sweating,
away.
bro. He's
Yeah.
My
just
sins away.
sweating his plaits off.
No, I'm really happy with how
That's
they've.
why he's wearing a beanie right now.
Wow.
Don't do that.
Wow. He's getting you back.
He's getting back.
But yeah, I'm really happy how they've gone. I think there's a lot more that can come from this. And yeah, we're going to keep working and keep pushing. And the more people support us and kind of show up, the better and more stuff we can do. Just a quick thing. I could have saved this for the membership thing, but I'm going to say it here. Is that basically, besides the post that you might have seen where we collaborated, the Nike reel that they made and that we collaborated with on Instagram, all of the marketing and promotion for the Own the Floor sessions has been through the capsule.
Really?
Only through us.
That's lit.
So,
That's good.
which is not, like, I don't take that as a credit for me. I take that as a credit for the scene. Like, we've packed out those events as a community. It's not like Nike have put it up on their like billboards and that's what's got, like, everyone there has been the dance scene. So, and we've had pretty decent numbers. So it's basically all through the capsule and all through the scene coming there. So it does send quite a good message to brand, not just Nike, but like other brands that, like, if there's something happening, people will turn up for it. So yeah, just to say that that's been great. And like, we love that the people have been kind of coming, especially like people like you have been to like loads of them. We appreciate you guys coming out. So that is sick.
Yes, sir.
The other thing is, I'm going to have to pull something up for this next thing that I wanted to talk about. But basically, I wanted to talk about the OQS stuff, the Olympic breaking, for those that don't know. Do you guys know anything about this?
Well,
I'll
no,
be
not-
real, I
not
don't
at
know
all.
much.
Great. That's good, because that means I can explain it to you.
Sweet.
So, the qualification for the Olympics, for the Olympic breaking, has been a little bit confusing to your average person. I say that because I've been a little bit more invested than your average person, and I've been very confused. So, none of it really matters now. If you're listening now is, you're a little bit, tiny bit late, but it's totally fine. But now is
just a wee
the
bit.
perfect time to start getting excited for the breaking in the Olympics. Right about now. Maybe about 2 weeks ago would have been perfect, but you can still get on board now as a fan, as someone watching. So for you guys, this is a great time for you to learn this stuff.
Beautiful.
Basically, all through the last, I don't know, year, I think it's been, there's been different competitions. And in those competitions, people have qualified for the Olympics already. So there's some people that are already guaranteed in the Olympics. They've done that by winning certain competitions, right? None of that stuff really matters at the moment. What matters now is that everyone else who hasn't won anything or hasn't qualified, the top 40 of those people are now in a thing which is called the OQS, which is the Olympic Qualification Series, I think. I don't know if that, Olympic Qualifier Series, OQS. So what the OQS is this pool of 40 people, so the top 40 of everyone who hasn't qualified so far. There's 2 events, only 2. One was in Shanghai, and one's going to be in Budapest in June, between the 20th and the 23rd of June. Out across, obviously there's a winner, there's a second place, there's a third place in both of those events for B-girls and B-boys. The winners, across the 2, they give you points obviously based on where you rank. So obviously first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way down to 40 or however many. You get a certain amount of points per thing. Across the 2, the top 7 B-boys and the top 7 B-girls are guaranteed to go into the Olympics.
Okay.
Right.
So this is where the rankings start to matter. The only other thing is that there's a potential 3 other places. So it could be the top 10 that get into the Olympics. As far as I can explain to you, basically there's one space for, there's basically 3 spaces for other eventualities. If those eventualities don't happen, then those spaces go to the people in the OQS. So that's the quickest I can put it without you having to do lots of research. Yeah. There is a video on the Breaking for Gold highlight stories about what the OQS is if you really want to get into it. But all you have to know is top 7 definite.
Yeah.
The last 3, 7, 8, 9 and 10 are maybe. Everyone else is out basically.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, they did the first event. Lee Ruggids from Holland won the B-boys, and the B-girls was I need to check actually who won. The B-girls was, there's someone sitting there going, I know what it is.
It's me.
Oh, Ayumi, who is also sick. So yeah, basically now in June we see the ranking already, and I can tell you who the top 7 are in both now. But if that remains, or if people like get more points or whatever, whoever's in the top 7, they're in the Olympics, and we know guaranteed who's going to be the top people in the Olympics. Plus all minus those extras. And then the Olympics are the 9th and 10th of August, Friday afternoon, evening, and Saturday afternoon, evening. From what I know, it's like 4 p.m. until like 10 p.m. I don't know if that's Paris time or London time, but it'll be an hour either way. Yeah. So that's Friday evening, then Saturday. Friday evening is the B-girls. Saturday evening is the B-boys, and it will probably be on a broadcast live stream. And yeah, it's just really exciting stuff. So if you want to kind of be a fan, I've been watching as much as I can since the beginning of all this, but now is really the exciting time because it all kind
kicking
of
off now.
Yeah, it really matters. Shout out to the Breaking GB team also, because they did really good. Sheku represented crazy good. Karam and Sunny. Sheku and Karam got knocked out in the top 32. Sunny made it through and then got knocked out in the next round, but did really sick. And also worth mentioning Stephanie, because she's a Londoner, even though she's representing Ukraine, and Vanessa, because she's still a Londoner to me, even if she's representing Portugal. But they both did sick as well in the B-girl category. So big love to them. So I'll just read out for those that are interested in this. The main thing is to check out, there's a page which is _Breaking for Gold. Check that out. And on the Olympics official website, you can get, I'll post it on the capsule when it comes to the time, but you can get the official live stream, and it's free. You just sign up for an account, which is free, and you can watch the live streams. So I'll definitely be tuning into the one in June. But basically, so for the B-boys, the top 7 we have currently is Lee from Holland, Lighting, I think that's how you say his name. Hero 10, Hong 10, Jeffro, Gravity, and Quake. Those are the top 7 so far.
Gary?
Yeah,
Gary?
not different Quake.
Imagine that.
Gary, you doing air flares now, son?
Currently, Sunny is placed 16th. Karam is 25th, and Sheku is 26th. And then with the B girls, top 7 is Ayumi, Ami, Rico, all from Japan, top 3. Crazy. Then Logistics, Sissy from France, host country, and Yingzi. And then Vanessa is 7th. So shout out to Vanessa. We've also got Stephanie 9th. Yeah. So that's your top 7 so far. Obviously, that can change between June 22nd and 23rd.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's that for the OQS, I think. I would recommend following the Breaking for Gold. They've been doing a lot of like breakdowns of how things go, because I'm not the best at explaining all this stuff, and I'm not the most knowledgeable, but doing my best to share with the people my knowledge of what's going on, because it's important that we listen. I am super behind the Breaking GB team. Love you guys. I think you're doing an amazing job. I'm super proud of you guys in the least condescending way. I'm super proud of all the stuff you've been doing. It must be super difficult. It must be crazy scheduling wise. It must be a lot of pressure, but you're killing it. We love you. And on behalf of the UK, Great Britain, thank you.
Thank you, man.
But even more than that, big shout out to all the B-boys and B-girls, all the breakers who are doing this, not only the OQS series, but all the WDSF events and everything, because as much as I am team GB and I'm behind our lads out there, everyone who's doing this is making history. This is the first time this has ever been done. This is the first time like it's ever been attempted. So, especially on this type of stage. So yeah, just from me, massive shout out to all the breakers that are involved in this. And no matter where you come, even if you're bottom of the table, top of the table, whatever, it's been a pleasure to watch everything and to follow along and to keep up with the rankings and the scores and who's won. I've seen, one of the events live. That was sick. I've been watching the broadcast and the live streams, and I've just really enjoyed it. So yeah, massive support from me, from the capsule, to all of them regardless, but I'm still team GB. What's up, everyone? We're going to take a quick break so I can tell you about the Capsule's YouTube memberships. We've now introduced 2 membership tiers which you can use to support and help us grow. First, the Capsule Contributor tier is £1.99 a month and will earn you a loyalty badge and contribute towards the sustainability of the Capsule's entire platform. Secondly, we have the Loyal Listeners tier, which is £4.99 a month. And here's where it gets good. There will be an extra private episode for every public episode we release, which will be only for the loyal listeners. You can request topics, hear our real and raw thoughts, and get behind the scenes and exclusive content in addition. Every single penny we receive from these memberships will go directly into the Capsule platform, helping us to grow and evolve in so many ways. All you have to do is click the join button in our profile or under this video for more details. We really appreciate everyone's support on the journey so far, and we're super excited to move into this new phase. But first, let's get back to this episode.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Shall we? What do you guys have?
Right, so
He has them. I don't have.
He hasn't. What do you have?
I got nothing.
where are we both at personally in our journeys with dance right now? Goals, mindset.
Where are you both personally in your
Paths.
dance journeys at this moment in time? That is a good question.
It's a good question. Currently, right now, like, I think I'm always gonna refer back to the last time we were here, but I think
Yeah, it's a good like marker.
yeah.
Yeah,
From
facts.
back then, it was funny because I was watching it and I thought, "Raw." Well, back when we were in Zoo Nation Youth Company.
Yeah, facts.
Now, yeah, you count yourself some Boy Blue. This is gonna be one for the nation to hear. Sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry,
Is
man.
it official? That's
I'm
the
so
question.
sorry.
No, obviously, like I'll come back when I'm ready.
Yeah,
I've just I'll get to that when I actually explain my own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haha, you thought. Yeah, so now in Boy Blue, obviously there's the age restriction with how long you can stay in Zik for.
Right.
But
What is it?
I think it's like
21.
21. I think
Right. Got
you
you.
could audition when you're 20.
But yeah,
You have to, yeah,
22, you're out.
pretty much, yeah. And also it's like because you're also getting older, and it's like they're still dancing with like youths, like they're like 15, maybe
Yeah,
even
man,
younger than that.
they're youth. Some
So-
of them in college, some of them like in secondary. Like
Yeah. So like maturity level as well. Obviously everyone's very mature, but it's like there's moments
Yeah.
are like, I feel quite old here.
It's time to move on and
Yeah.
do the next thing. For
So
sure.
moved on to Boy Blue, and that's been really good for me. I think it's really helped push me mentally and physically a lot. Oh gosh, physically it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you think, I did a good run, and you don't get through half the choreography again. So it's like it's one of the ones you have to
Ken
be
will
ready.
pause he will pause it. He will press the space bar and say, "What was that?"
You'll
He'll
take
press
a
the
moment to
space
think,
bar, bro.
then pray it again, just so he knows that you know that we're all in the same boat. We're here to work.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah.
not a joke.
Boy Blue's been really good to me, as well as doing other jobs and whatnot. I've been really trying to push doing performance stuff, even doing stuff for Flawless. I joined almost a year ago. That was like a really cool thing that happened. Like, Swish just called me up and asked me to be a part of the group. So
Shout out Swoosh.
man, like
Come
Swish,
on,
Mr.
man,
Marlon.
like night
Listen,
tick.
Swoosh kicks my ass at basketball. Have you played with him?
No,
If you want to win, I'd recommend not playing with him.
fair enough.
That guy,
Wow.
listen, there is some people. Listen,
He's gonna be smiling at this.
there's people
word,
that talk
word.
about like
I can see
because I can't
smile
get involved in
through
the
the camera,
football
bro.
talks
Yeah,
like in the scene. Like people always like there's like dancers, football stuff, and I'd never played football. Well, in school, I don't really follow football, don't know nothing about it. But then people talk about basketball in the scene. I played basketball for a long time at a decent level. And there's some people I'm like, nah, you're talking shit. Like you're not. You think you used to play, but yeah, you used to play in the park or whatever. Like,
Yeah, you know
you
that
weren't
one.
like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like,
you never made it like
you never
along the
played
lines.
team-
It wasn't at that
No,
team
no,
still.
no.
Yeah.
Swish is not one of them people.
Fair.
He can fucking. I went to a run with him. The guys who run jump off. I don't know.
yeah,
It might
yeah,
still it might still happen, but they had a run, and I went down and played. Whoa, I was out of my depth. Listen, I thought I was decent, out of shape, not good enough, not fast enough. Like, bro.
That's it. Get the
Yeah,
back.
no.
Get the back.
Listen, I
they
will
made you
vouch.
deep your
I
whole
haven't,
life.
I haven't played with Ken yet. I don't know. Me, I reckon. Let's see.
He's not gonna
Ken,
confirm.
No.
Luke's calling you up for a basket.
Until he smokes, he's not gonna
Oh,
say
one-
that.
No,
Oh,
one-on-one. No, one-on-one. He'd smoke me because
Oh, fair,
size-wise.
Yeah, fair.
But like,
Yeah, he's a big man.
team game is different from one. Anyway,
Yeah.
True.
no, but
It's-
fucking Marlon can play, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cold.
you're in flawless.
Flawless?
All that to say.
Yeah, we did Panto last year. I went to Edinburgh. That was actually first even before that we went to San Francisco for the San Francisco
Dance
Hip Hop
Festival.
International
Yeah.
Dance
Yeah.
Festival.
I've been
yeah,
hearing
man.
about that for quite a while. How is it?
It's quite cool. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of different dance from internationally. Like so it's not just American dance, but even like obviously America's massive. They get different people from different
Yeah,
states.
yeah.
That's like my first. What was the style called? There's I can't remember. It's from Detroit. Do you remember? That's why you're being quiet. You don't remember.
I'm trying to.
What does it
I don't
look
remember.
like?
I'm
Style
trying
of
to think.
dance?
Was it Jit dance?
It's Jit. It was Jit.
Ah, okay,
First time I ever
sick.
seen Jit in person,
yeah,
or
yeah.
even knowing what Jit was. Obviously saw Mamson, the house dancer.
Oh, he's
He
incredible.
did a solo or?
Yeah, we all just got a chance to just dance with everyone.
Oh.
Like on stage before we started the show, we just cyphered on stage. It was
Sick.
like,
Yeah,
wow,
he's a killer, bro.
get to see everyone just dance. It was really amazing. Like first time dancing out in America as well. So it was like, this is just like I'm from Hackney, bro. Like I wasn't expecting to leave. I mean, obviously over time you think, yeah, I could possibly leave the country to dance, but it's like, right,
It's nice being on a job, innit?
it's crazy. Then straight from there, I went straight to Edinburgh to do a pantomime.
Sick.
Never done a pantomime before. Cool experience. Like met new people I never normally meet before. Like for me, like you get so much life experience just from going to different places and just
Yeah.
even living. Like I was saying to you before, like I live at home with my mum. So doing panto, I staying in the house of other guys is like I have to cook for myself, clean for myself,
Nice.
buy my own stuff. It's like it was a whole new process. It allowed me to really grow as a person and just feel more independent. Because even on top of that, didn't go uni, so I didn't get that living at home by
hear that.
myself experience.
Yeah.
So it was just
It
chef's
is,
kiss.
it is nice, man. Like, we were talking about this a little bit before, but like moving out is annoying and stressful in a way. Like, obviously, it costs more money, and like you don't have all the comforts that you would have had
Yeah.
living at home. But it is when you do get out, you do have a lot of freedom, and it's nice to be like.
Yeah.
Like even like I had like a piece of shit room. My first room was just like just shit, but I was like, it's fucking mine though. You know, like that
Yeah,
piece of
yeah,
shit
yeah,
chair.
yeah,
I
yeah.
bought that
That's
from
mine.
it cost
Yeah.
me 20 quid from IKEA, but
That's mine.
It's my
Facts.
20 quid, you know.
Facts.
But yeah,
Facts.
it is nice to have that sometimes and like
Yeah.
fucking stay up as late as you want. You can't tell me nothing, mum. You can't tell me to go to bed.
No, mom.
Can't tell me the TV's too loud.
No, mom. I can
love
do
as
what I
long as
want, mom.
to.
And then you get roommates and then they tell you the TV's too loud.
Then it's long. But
Accountability follows you everywhere.
no matter where you go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
panto, then even over the years that we've done, what have we done as well? Like did Frey as well last year.
Yeah.
Shout
Did
out.
I'm always gonna forget what I've done. It's just I think this
Just
year,
been doing bits.
yeah, I think ever since I would say last year Breaking Convention, I think I was watching some pieces and I was like, I really want to just push myself because I think sometimes we passively go through the journey of dance. I'm like, cool, I go to rehearsal, I do this, but it's like this
get
year I really
stuck
want to
in
focus.
clockwork.
Yeah, just really want to just focus on performing a lot and just pushing myself physically, mentally, and just creatively creating new stuff like
Sick.
making
You've
visuals.
done a lot
or-
of sets as well.
yeah,
You've done a lot of sets, bro.
Dance Delight did
Yeah.
one with Kiki. That was quite cool. Like this year, I think it's been like
I've definitely been seeing you both more dancing, I think, like actively.
You think?
I think so.
Both of us.
Yeah, I think I've seen you guys dance more than when I first got to know you guys through the
Oh yeah,
like when I was seeing you then, I was like, I knew you were in the dance scene, but I didn't see you
Yeah,
dance
yeah,
loads.
yeah. That
And
is true.
like in these last 2 years, I've seen you probably more dance than when
and I
the
think
first.
I agree, and I think especially on our own accord.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I don't even not so much on our own accord. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. That
But
makes
how
that
old are
makes
you
a lot
guys
of
now?
sense. Both 22.
Right. So yeah, I guess you must have been like 19, 20 at that point.
Yeah.
So it also takes some time to kind of figure out what you want and get the experience and stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
You're probably still gonna go through it, like.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
But yeah, what sort of stuff are you doing dance wise at the moment?
Yeah, so right now, literally like I'm going through a stage where I'm trying to re-navigate and figure out what I want to do specifically in the scene. So obviously, I don't know if how many people have seen, but obviously recently I got baptized. I've been stepping more into
I did see that.
Yeah, man, man. Been stepping more into my faith and my Christianity. And that doesn't by any means mean that I can't dance in the industry, but I think that everything's wiped my canvas.
He's like, but there's a lot of sinners in this place. He's like, now I have some perspective.
You know what? In an interesting way, like not as exaggerated as what you said, but it does.
You're like, he's looking around like, I can't be around these people anymore.
Yeah, no, but I think for definitely though. For definite, he said,
No, I hear you though.
For definite though, I think it's definitely been like a thing where my eyes have been open, my canvas has been kind of like wiped, and I'm just literally deep into myself. Whoa, what is this? Like, what am I doing? Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like literally, right? Okay, cool. Like, so it's forced me to kind of take a step back, and it's
Like
forced
in
me to
more of
reevaluate.
a life purpose type of way. Of
Yeah,
like, how is
yeah,
this
yeah,
aligning
yeah.
with what I want to do or who I
Literally
want to
that.
be?
Yeah, literally
Right.
that, and just kind of like trying to focus on the person that God's created me to be,
Right.
and just kind of like seeing how I can fit dance into that, because I believe that dance is a gift given to me from God. Like, I know that's my God given, as well as other things. So to give that up completely, definitely not. But just to kind of reevaluate, re-navigate, and just refocus. That's
I hear
the
that.
That's the main thing right now. So yeah, to answer the question before, obviously in terms of Boy Blue, like I love Boy Blue, and I definitely think I will be back in due time. I just think that for now, I just obviously have to re-navigate accordingly.
Yeah, yeah.
And whether
And
that
you
means
can't do that from inside. You have to take some
I
space.
feel like you have to literally just like take some space. So I remember for me personally, dance wise, to go from 2022 when we was last on the podcast, that's a lot. That's
Wait,
wow.
that was before we did mixtape, wasn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Yeah, so to just quickly run through, I think from my personal POV, we did mixtape in September as it was a part of the YATS program, Young Artist Training Scheme. And it was I'm very impressed, I remember that. Wow. But yeah, the YATS program, me, Eli, and shout out to Arizona as well. We was all a part of the YATS program for this mixtape show. And obviously, as you guys know, it was a big, like, 20-year anniversary. Like, everyone come back, hoo hurrah type of thing. And initially, we weren't supposed to be in the show. Halfway through, you can't make it up. Halfway through, Kate Prince comes in. She watches a run-through. We didn't even do the run-through. But then out of the blue now, it's like, oh, yeah, put them in the show. Fun story, yeah, before I quickly move on. Fun story. That day, me and Eli was drinking tea. I don't know if you had biscuits as well, but you had tea.
A whole cake.
We was
chocolate cake.
unserious because we knew that we didn't have to do this run.
We're joking, man.
Bro, before we was just like, oh, we're chilling. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, what they had to do was stress. All of you, man, Ajani, David, Diavion, Lyndon, Malachi, Asha, all you lot had stress. Portia, you lot had stress. I haven't listed everyone, Robbie, but you lot know who you are. Stephen, you lot had so much stress. And I hear it. Me and Eli had no stress. So what did? We brewed some tea.
Beautiful.
And we came upstairs and we drank it as we watched you guys enjoy some suffering.
Lovely.
That's what we did.
And then
Only
you
to be told that we was going to get put into the show ourselves.
That's pretty funny. That's
I
good
couldn't
karma.
believe
Throwing away the choreo. We're watching like, oh yeah, I never have to do that choreography again.
Never again. And then Bob's your uncle, yeah. Everyone got pulled in for notes. And before Rhymes even started, she said, I just want to announce that the Jean, Eli, and Arizona will be doing the show. I was like,
Damn.
right.
That was
said,
beautiful though.
It was beautiful.
You like
It
got
was a
cake in your back.
Simple
What?
to like
It
you
felt
were
like that. It literally felt like that.
you were like I was like okay cool, it's go time.
That's funny.
I was ready, boy. But yeah, oh my gosh,
Also, it's for Zoo Nation,
Yeah,
by the
thanks.
way, because mixtape.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Yeah, give some context. We have some international listeners. Maybe they don't know.
oh lit.
So
lit,
Zoo
lit, lit.
Nation, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is one of UK's first hip hop theatre
Yeah,
companies. It's I don't know what year, maybe 2001,
they've been
2002.
running for a while.
For a minute, innit?
Yeah, they. Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming it was 2002
it must be
because
because
then
20th
if the
anniversary.
20-year anniversary was in 2022, then
See, common sense, common sense. So the company's pretty much as old as we are, to be fair, which is funny to say that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
literally.
but they've made very notable pieces and bodies of work for the scene, like stuff like Some Like a Hip Hop, Mad Hat's Tea Party. That's actually coming out in
Yeah, it's coming back, boy.
when is it coming back?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I did see that it's coming back. Yeah.
September time. I
Man
think.
said, "When's it coming?"
Can I bear that dog?
Wow. I love that.
Yes, they're also side by side with Boy Blue. I feel like Boy Blue make more of the conscious, like deeper into, like for example, Black, White, Grey. Look, you could probably talk more about Edda John, because I actually don't know much about Black, White, and Grey, but talk about more like the deeper mental side and spiritual side of things. And Zoo Nation's more of like
It's more like family entertainment.
Family
Like
friendly.
Alice in
Come and bring your
Wonderland.
kids.
Yeah.
Have a blast. Have some fun.
yeah, man.
Like there's probably a dancing tiger doing like head spins and backflips.
Literally,
Wow.
literally.
That's the
Dance
type. No, but that's the
It's true.
that's the vibe of it. Like if Jungle Book had a dance
Oh my
like
God.
performance,
Zoo Nation.
it's basically
They
like
actually do, but in contemporary world.
Oh wow.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. See,
You know-
see what I mean?
Do you know Max Silk Boogie?
Yeah.
He's in it.
Cold.
All right.
He's
cold.
in the that's what his
Mad.
contemporary work is in
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
Ah, here's it. Okay. Cool. So yeah,
but yeah.
should I carry on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So we did mixtape.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. And then shortly after mixtape, I moved on to do Black, White, Grey in Manchester. I believe we were I don't know if it's third generation or fourth generation. I forgot like what I was a part of. Sorry,
Of
Ken.
Black, White, Grey.
Yeah, in terms
Yeah.
of like casting,
Right.
because you had the OG cast and you had another cast, and then yeah, so there was that, which was really cool. Black, White, Grey. It was a very mentally challenging like experience, but not for any other reason apart from the fact that we had to learn the whole show in a week and then basically just like go off to Mani and then have that little run. And luckily the run wasn't too bad. It was literally like 3 days, I believe, like
Okay.
just like 3 days, 3 show days anyways in Manchester, just do the show. And yeah, it was very in and out, and then we was off again. So then I did Black, White, Grey, transitioning into my first year of Panto. So I joined Flawless a year earlier than Eli did. So I joined Flawless 2 years ago almost. Swish shouted me in like October, November time of 2022. So then after Black, White, Grey I finished, I literally gone straight into
Oh,
rehearsal
mad.
for Flawless stuff.
Damn.
Did a booking for Flawless in a place called Skegness.
Sorry. you butchered that.
If you're not from the
That's
UK,
crazy.
Skegness
Skegness.
is not a glamorous town.
Yeah, nah, man. Nah, not really still. Like, yeah, not at all. A random place.
Yeah, it is.
Very random
Yeah.
place, but like, listen, we was there nonetheless, innit? So Skegness, and then from there, we had gone to, where did we go the first time? Newcastle for my first Panto, and that run was from November to January. So then we're now into 2023 year.
That's a solid. How many shows a week? Too many.
see with pantomime, yeah, like
Double
bro,
show
we're
days.
actually
No,
we're doing
Oh,
the
for me, I
most.
did
We're doing the most for
Wow.
Panto. But to be honest, the track as a dancer, for me personally, and where I come from, dance background wise, the track is relatively easier than what we do at a Boy Blue rehearsal, what we do at a
But
Z
it's
Nation
still
rehearsal. Or
like a show in front of people. And
it
it's
is.
like it's
So
still
it shouldn't be
like
discredited. Yeah.
yeah, it's still taxing on your body and.
Taxing.
So like, what were you doing? Like 7 days a week or 6 days?
6 days a week
days.
with
Two
1
a
day
day?
off.
2 a day or
So first year in Newcastle, it varied. Some days we had 2 show days which was the average. Some days we even had one show day.
Both evenings,
And then,
or like if you had a 2 show, would it be matinee and then?
Yeah. And then on the rare occasion on my first year at Pando, we've had 3 show days on the Saturday.
Lord.
Yeah. 3 show days, unheard of. I couldn't believe it. Like, what do you even call a free? Because you have matinees and
I'd be like,
evenings.
look, film the first one, just watch the video. I'm not
You get
doing
it?
it
Like,
again.
you have matinees, you got evenings, but what do you call the early one?
Like a morning show.
Like, do you get
The
it? Like,
breakfast panto.
the breakfast
No,
club.
breakfast panto's crazy.
You had the breakfast. We have the breakfast club slot, matinee, and then we literally had evening. So it was
How long's
like
the show?
2 hours, 3 hours. Cinderella was long because we did Cinderella first year, 2022. So it was very, very long. I'm not gonna lie, but me personally, I found that the dance track was quite doable, very doable.
Do you
so
need to make appearances? Because
literally made appearances. Our first routine, we just do a bunch of flips and dive rolls onto stage, bang a quick locking routine, come off. Second appearance, a set.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like very, very like mild type of stuff. Nothing that nothing new under the sun for us type of
Yeah,
dancers.
yeah,
So it was decent. So yeah, man. I did pantomime. Fast forward into 2023 now, when I get back from Newcastle, that was actually the first year that me and Eli put on Who's Next, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Who's Next showcase.
It's coming back.
We brought it back this year already in April.
Oh,
April
okay.
26th, we've done it. Yeah. And that was cool. That was cool. So yeah, Who's Next?
What Who's Next is, bro?
Say that again.
For those that don't know, do you want to explain what Who's
Oh
Next
yeah. So
Plug
Who's
it.
Next?
Yeah, man.
We have to plug it, man. So Who's Next Showcase basically is a platform for the younger generation of dancers, and not even per se like younger generation, but like just up and coming, more so in that kind of stage of you've got like you can see that they've got something there. Choreographically, they've got work, they've got like amazing potential. Like, we want to give you a platform. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of our Who's Next people's performers who hadn't made a set prior to our showcase, and it's not even to like just be like, oh yeah, because of us, like you're did it. No, not even
No,
that.
but you're
it's
giving
in
them
the
a
sense of
chance
like
to do that.
we literally see you're dope, you're sick. Like, let's give you a platform to showcase your work. And I believe the first year we did it, we had Kiki, we had Leo Clark, we had
Leo's
even
one of my favorite dancers of that generation, I think.
Man, like
come
Leo,
on.
Mr. Clark.
Hey, I'm not listen.
Deuces.
I'm not surprised, bro. I'm
He's
not
sick.
even surprised because like Leo he's just
But
get it?
his style is so sick.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
that's like the main. I think
I like his style.
obviously his dance will develop with time, but like
Yeah, definitely.
he's got like everything
He's
he
got
does.
that
looks
steez,
fucking
innit?
cool, man.
He's got that
Yeah.
steez, man.
Cool, man.
He's
I
got
think there's
that
like
steez.
people that are like who I don't know who are like the best battlers or like
Yeah.
who I would put my money on if I had to bet on someone. And
Yeah,
then there's
yeah,
people
yeah.
I just like watching your dance, man. Like I don't
Yeah,
care if you
this
win
is
or
it.
lose. Like Leo's
Just
one
dance.
of them.
Just dance, bro. Do you get it? But yeah, no, Leo, like, for me personally, like, I saw it in him from ages ago. And I don't want to, like, glory hunt here. And I'm not trying to, like, do that. Because you know the person, you know the people there that just try it. But, like, no, genuinely, it's a thing where, like, me and Eli have seen Leo just, like, do random stuff, like, in the studio.
Yeah.
And be clueless about the scene. So to go from that point, also 2 years ago, like, where we was
Wow,
at 2
yeah.
years ago, he was literally just, I feel like, entering into the scene. Yeah, been in Brit school, all of that jazz. To now, where he's actually progressing, he's trying to find lanes for himself. And yeah, man, like, I want to take this opportunity on the capsule to actually just give bro like his flowers, innit? Because Leo's not one to sleep on. Choreographically,
Yeah, for sure.
in the battle space, he can genuinely do it all.
And
So,
also, he
yeah.
can host as well. He hosts with us sometimes.
Yeah, we have him as a part of our Dealer Associates
Yeah.
camp. So he's actually like,
Yeah.
bro, he's
Multifaceted.
well seasoned, fam. He's well seasoned.
We at that it was the Boy Blue showcase that was at Stratford Circus or whatever it's called now.
No, we were on Panto at that time.
Yeah, it was in. I saw the
Oh, he
vids.
did
I saw the
some-
vids.
Have you
He's
seen
pretty-
He's all
the
around.
thing that we filmed?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Have you seen the
bro.
thing where he dropped his hat and then spun on it?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
Bro,
yeah.
bro.
that was sick. Like he dropped his hat for people that weren't there.
Was that his hat? I think it was
or
someone
someone, no, maybe someone
I think
else
Luca
dropped,
dropped his hat.
Yeah, that's disrespect.
It
First
was
of all,
so disrespectful.
but Luca dropped his hat in his freestyle, and then when Leo went out to do it, he did like he stood on the hat and spun, but obviously it was like a beanie or something. So he
So he just got that.
But it was
time,
such
boy.
a like cleanly executed thing that we know he just decided to do in the moment. I was like, that was a gas moment, to be fair.
a gas moment.
Although
bro.
I would be like, hey, that's my hat.
That's my beanie,
So
bro. Love my
mad.
beanie, bro. But
Yeah.
Leo's
I'd be like,
got-
this is your beanie now.
Yeah,
man. Obviously,
it.
like I'll full circle back round to obviously what we were talking about before, but just another thing, like Leo's got a certain energy that is like it's very just direct, black and white. I want to battle you. Do you get it? Like it's very, his steez is very like on site. He wants to. He if he wants something, he'll get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I really do rate it, man. I really do like.
Yeah, he
rate
seems like a nice
that
guy as well.
mindset. Oh yeah,
I haven't like
he's a
chatted with
joker.
him.
Oh, he's a
longer, but-
lovely person.
He's a joker.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
But he gives me like
He's an absolute idiot. But I love it. No, I love it. Real
But he
talk,
gives
and
me
he's-
like
he's tapped in.
genuine vibe. Like when I
Yeah.
speak to him, he just comes across as like just really genuine.
Yeah, just another brother from South London, man. Big up. Do you get it? Like
We love that.
he's a good guy for real. But so yeah. Leo also did Who's Next. And yeah,
Oh, yeah.
man, just like so many people, I feel like from that point onwards, then went on to do incredible things. And yeah, man, like Who's Next is definitely cool. Eli, I was even saying to someone the other day, I was talking to Marcus, shout out Marcus as well, that I actually love the community aspect of Who's Next, having that at the VAS, having the acts also come out at the back and support other acts whilst they're performing.
Just raw in it.
It's a raw feeling that, and it's not even like in a bad way, but it's a raw feeling that is needed. And I think that sometimes for all the well done events, for all the events that are very like clean cut and very
Polished.
professional,
Yeah.
you also need the raw side of
Yep.
our scene.
100%.
Especially for the ones coming up. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, when we take Who's Next in the future, it's still up for like discussion.
But when you guys
we'll
grow that
progress.
and it becomes a big polished event, there'll be new events that pop up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? We always need that
it's
like
a constant
flow.
fuzzle.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think also what's
literally.
good about it is that because we also invite people who might be more freestyle inclined rather than choreographically. Like that
And
first
ask
year we
them
had
to do
Idris,
it. Yeah.
and then
Yeah, man.
obviously
Idris.
over time, people who are more choreographically inclined meet the people who are more
Mm.
freestyle inclined.
Yeah.
Even now, you see some of the girls from NXT that might come over to the battles or that come to your
Sick.
on the floor
Yeah,
sessions, and they get more included with the
Yeah,
scene and
yeah.
have that overlap
Love
and
that.
people to just
It's true. That's
naturally
very true.
know people, just more connected rather than I do choreo, you do freestyle, I can't be friends with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
and
facts.
that venue also,
Yeah.
for people that don't know, is like has been the UK dance scene has been using that for years. When
Yeah, bro.
I first came into the scene, I rehearsed there quite a few times, but Definitives used to rehearse there, and this was in like 2007, 2008, and I'm sure they used it before that. So the fact that it's still somewhere where people kind of train and stuff now is dope.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Vass and Lucy.
110%. Yeah. Shout out Lucy, man. Like, love Lucy. Like, she's done so much for us in our journey as well. Like, it's been amazing, incredible stuff. Always giving us gems.
Where is it again?
Battersea.
Battersea.
Battersea Southwest, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, Battersea, because it's near the Battersea Art Centre. So,
literally
yeah, literally.
right there.
Right
Fair.
there. So, yeah, man. So, we've done Who's Next. That's
Is
what
it
that
coming
is.
back? Do we have anything that people should keep an eye out for?
We ain't got another date confirmed for next year, but, you know,
It will be.
hopefully, yeah, you never know. There might
Obviously,
be
if you follow the D-Light social media page, official D-Light _, obviously you can see D-Light spelled right on our chest. D-E-L-I.
yeah,
Deli
man, don't
Boys.
forget- Ah.
Oh, Deli boy.
Man said sandwich shop. Man said
my
deli.
gosh.
Oh my days,
We
man.
should get a sandwich, bro.
We
D-Line.
should get a sandwich.
We should get a
Man
sandwich
said-
and put apostrophe right there and say
That would be very funny. If
It would
you
be
lent
creative.
into it.
D-Light Deli.
Listen, I'm
And
down,
we'd
bro.
just change everything to like we're the Deli Boys. Fuck
Where
it.
the- where the-
That would actually be quite sick.
do a set called "Where the Deli Boys." That would be
my
cool.
God,
Still.
Deli boys.
That would be cool, bro.
That'd be
That would be
funny.
cool. But yeah, man. I'm just gonna fast forward because I feel
Yeah.
like I've been on
Yeah,
it.
speed,
I'm
speed,
gonna-
speed,
yeah,
speed.
speed, man. So who's next? Eli had his Move It set that year, so I was a part of that. Blah 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 blah. A bunch of Boy Blue stuff. Last year, a bunch of Boy Blue stuff.
Talendo.
To start off with Talendo at Breaking Convention, Eli was also a part of that. Really enjoyed that process, man. For real, really enjoyed that process. And then for me personally, I started then offspringing once again, still with Boy Blue, but into like shows like Breakout. I think we even did collide last year. A special guest, I believe. and yeah, just a bunch of stuff with Boy Blue. And then just literally just continued same old stuff. Kind of like from that point onwards, I think I was very much like on the rotor. Just for the next couple of months in the summer, Boy Blue stuff, maybe some Flawless bookings, D-Lie, and then just then obviously September, October stuff came around last year, and then back with Flawless doing big stuff. We went San Francisco, like Eli said. Then I did Panto last year, and last year was in Belfast, and then we finally did it. And I got I just finished the R&D with Zoo.
Oh, let's go.
In partnership with Icon Theatre. So I've got a show for that coming in September.
Sick.
Oh, can I just add something else as well?
No.
Yes, sir.
So with Z Nation, I'm also assisting the Z Nation Youth Company
Code.
show at the Royal Opera House. So
Yeah.
that's a full
Sick.
circle moment.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Being there 2 years ago, then coming back as assistant teacher with Sheldon, it's quite cool.
Yeah.
So
No,
definitely
it
watch
is
the show.
still.
That's
It
really
is.
dope.
Yeah, factual. And I didn't even say where I was with dance. We just,
Yeah,
we
you just
really, it wasn't my fault, but we
Yeah, it
just
was your
really,
fault.
we picked apart this question.
Write in the
and we
comments
started
whose fault it
digressing.
was.
It actually wasn't big man thing, but yeah. So where I am with dance here, like I said, oh no, I already answered. I did answer.
Bro, losing the
I
plot.
did.
He's losing the plot.
I did. Yeah, man.
So
Segue on to the
technically
next
it is your
thing, bro.
fault.
That's
Yes.
my fault. Still
What have
Own
you
it.
got any controversial questions
controversial ones.
or debating? What have you? I don't know.
Off the top of my head, I already know we ain't got any controversial ones to be
No, I
honest.
got one in my head.
Yeah, go on.
Do you? Because we can continue chatting on the next pod as well. But just you know me, I love a controversial question.
It's
Yeah.
not mad controversial,
Okay.
but I've had long conversations with my boy Spins
Okay.
about this one. Shout out
Oh,
Spins.
he's another one that I
Yeah.
was gonna say with Leo.
Yeah.
Like they're two of my favorite like to watch.
It's like the podcast
Spins and-
is sitting
yeah.
And they're both dark skinned with and new man's lips are always moisturized, and you know it pops even more, bro. Like I like, you know what?
I mean, he always
Hats
asks me
off
for
to you, man,
Carmex,
bro.
Leo does, but you know, we can give it to
No,
that.
fair enough. He's
But to
always
be-
asking man for
yeah, whenever I watch
Stop
him
asking
dance,
man for smints, bro.
That's like one of the top things. I'm like, those guys, their lips are moisturized. Like,
Their lips are moisturized, bro.
that-
Like they
yeah.
just
I mean, he said it.
I say it, I own it, man.
Own the floor,
Lips
bro.
Wow.
Ah,
lips are
Own the lips. No.
own the lips.
All right.
Own the lips.
We're gonna move
You
off
man
that.
stay clean, bro.
Look,
Come
you
on, shout
brought
out
up
my
this
dark,
topic.
shout out my dark skin brothers. Come
so
on,
half a deal like
man.
Shout out to Spins. But what was the question that you were gonna
I catch him on the side of a bus. Anyways,
trust? Yeah.
I was gonna say, obviously, some of us have a Overwatch group chat. We play games
Okay.
in our spare time when Mandem aren't training. Them lot will catch that one. But we tend to talk about generations, and like who actually lays
Oh,
it where.
this is gonna be
And
so
there was
complex.
a long conversation. It went too long, to a point where people started leaving the group chat because they just left the call. They're like, I had enough of this.
Yeah.
It
That's
was like it's always that thing of
like who's in which generation
yeah,
in the
like
dance scene.
Spins might say like someone like Peanut is from like an older generation because she's been dancing since she was like
Yeah.
a kid. But I might say maybe she's not from that generation because she was just a kid at that point in time. And I'll say, I don't remember what the conversation was.
You know
a while ago.
the controversial response to your controversial question
I feel like I know where this is going.
Controversy.
is, I think, okay, first of all, you can't do it by age because like, and this applies to any dance scene in the world, I guess, but it's like, you can't do it by age because if you weren't in the dance scene, it doesn't count. Like, I can't be in the same generation as someone if I wasn't dancing then. Like, I think generations, we have to say generations within the dance scene. Otherwise, it's like, what's the point kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? It's like, if it's just, who's which age, we could just group everyone who's over 30, everyone who's
easily.
20, then it's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the only question comes in because it's like, well, yeah, you might be 30, but you've been around for 2 weeks. So you're not going to be
exactly.
you're not going to be considered an OG as soon as you walk into the scene, you know?
Yeah.
So then it has to be when you were in the scene, right? Now, the controversial part is you might have been in the scene, but no one knew you.
For time, you could have had your training arc for like 2-3 years. It's true.
bare prelims.
It's actually true.
Like
Wow.
I say I started dancing in like 2007, right? And I was in the dance scene in 2007. So I was at battles, I was at like choreo stuff. I went to Breaking Convention 2007. So that's the year I started. Nobody knew me in the battle scene until 2009-10, I think. So like you can say, okay, I've been freestyling since 2007, but I didn't really, maybe 2008 Style Fest, 2009. So let's say 8, 9. So that's kind of when I would people started to know me. I didn't start doing well until 2010, 11. So I think I won my first ever battle in 2011. Started traveling in 2010. So anyway, I think the whole thing is about when you start making noise, and the making noise part is subjective. So you can say someone's like been around, and also it's subjective based on like history. So for example, I was battling before Brooke was battling,
Oh wow.
right? I was at Brooke's first battle. Like, and I had already been doing hip hop battles when he first entered. Now he had been popping and locking for years before I ever started dancing. When I first started dancing, I knew Brooke as a locker, and he had been doing locking, but they entered a popping battle. I don't know if maybe he entered locking battles at some point, but as a popping, I remember being there for his first popping battle. But Brooke's success, obviously he became one of the best. So now obviously if you consider like this, our subjective mind is like, oh, Brooke's an OG in that sense. Whereas it's like, there's people that were less successful. I'm one of them. But other people that were less successful that were, that's not, to say that I'm less successful in the battle world than Brooke is a easy one. But like, let's say for example, even if I've been in the battle scene, maybe you could say a little bit longer, it doesn't really matter because subjectively you see him as not only older, but also better for longer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard because then it's like someone else would think, like you could say to, like for example, Peanut or someone like like Josh Constanzo, he was in the generation of Evian and Ice and
like future formalities
days. But Josh was battling before all of them lot. Like he was in the scene. He was a little kid and his dad used to bring him to battles. But I remember Josh from when he was a little kid. Tiny little young kid. He was the one we all said, oh, he's cute, until he started fucking smoking us.
And then he started going.
But Josh I remember Josh being around before a lot of those guys and making noise and being like, oh, he actually got through prelim. This little kid got, oh my God, like he's actually decent. Like, you know, you're like, oh, that's cute that he's entering. And then you're like, oh,
and then like,
God
oh,
damn.
snap, like you're actually like
so then,
smoking guys.
You know, who's, and then obviously he became, like he was there, but then he became really good when he got all of those guys. And I think he did Just Taboo with Evian, and he was in Kazar from early on with a lot of those guys who ended up being in Future Formalities. But yeah, like it's very subjective. So the generations thing is always going to have a gray area because it's subjective when someone started making noise or being a part of that generation, if that makes sense.
It's facts. It's so subjective.
Yeah. It's a hard one.
Yeah, generations is also like, I think what happens is that generations, I don't think people try to base generations on age in terms of like your age group. But I think what ends up getting misconstrued and also merged and blurred is that it's, okay, cool. Like, I could have been in the scene from like, literally, it's what you literally just said, just to reiterate, you could have been in the scene from like 2005. But like, at the same time, but then from 2005 to current, and then you can say like, okay, cool. Like, you know what? Let me just stop here because actually it's confusing. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I thought your point. Then
No, it is like,
I don't know what I'm trying to say, to be honest. Fair. But it's a lot because it's like there's a timeline, but then there's your age.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it is
so
different.
are you old gen? Like, for example, say if you're a 3-year-old, literally like you said, if you're 3 and then now currently in the scene now, like current day, you're now 15. You're not an older, technically, because when you think of old OGs and old gen, you think of Ken, Turbo, like people of that caliber. But like, you're not an older. You're just you've just been in the scene for a while, and I think some people kind of misconstrued that kind of this whole thing. It's techie,
and no one starts dancing at the same time, so that's also hard because when I came into the scene, like I would consider myself let's say in hip hop in the UK, hip hop battles, I would consider myself in the generation of Kieran, Kashmir, people like that, right? And when I first came in the scene, I started battling before they did because Kieran's younger. Cash was very close behind me, but when I started, he wasn't in the battle scene, and the people that was like that were doing hip hop was like Kenrick, Ivan, Turbo, a guy called Static, Malcolm, Super Malcolm, who was one of my first teachers.
Cold.
People like that, right? And Kofi as well. And that generation, technically, you could say you could say I'm the generation below that, right? And I'm the generation of like Kieran, Kashmir, because like, let's say I started, then Cash, then a little bit after was Kieran, then a little bit after was like other people, right?
Yeah.
You could put us all in that generation, but you could also say I'm one of the babies of Kenrick and Turbo and them lot's
you have
generation.
babies
like,
of a generation.
I could be
too.
the last one in that generation before the new. Like where you decide the cutoff is because and even from them lot, like you could say, okay, like Kenrick started dancing before Kofi and doing hip hop before, and then Ivan started dancing. So, even with them, you could separate them. So you kind of it's not possible to like for everyone to agree on, because every time we talk about let's say if we do old gen versus new gen, blah blah blah, it's like
it's an argument of who
goes where exactly, and it's like I think there's in my head there's a like the way I see it is like, especially in the battle scene, but this is also the thing though. Different styles have different generations because let's say like the generations of like poppers in the UK is different than the generations of hip hop, the different generations of and also there's people that have switched styles and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, if we talk about Frankie, right? Frankie was dancing for a long time before he did house. Frankie was a popper. So I knew Frankie as a popper up until maybe... If I had to make a guess, I remember Funkin' Styles 2012. There might even be a video of it. I'm going to look now. Funkin' Styles 2012, Frankie did popping and maybe not even house. So
that's cold.
Frankie J, what am I typing in? Popping 2012. If I'm right about this, I am going to be... I mean, look, this is our event 12 years ago, Frankie J in popping, right? So... And 2011 he entered our battle in Poppin. 2011. I was close.
Versus Marvel, you know.
Versus Marvel.
That's
that was a good battle, actually. So he was doing house in those. This is him in house in Funkin' Styles as well. So for example, Frankie was doing house, but he was known more as a popper. I think he was very versatile in the scene, but he was known more as a popper. Then he stopped doing everything but house and became known as a house head. So do you say that someone who's been doing dancing as long as Frankie, but doing house, and he did popping and then house, are they in the same generation? Or is Frankie in a generation? But there's no answer.
You're blowing my mind.
Because it's like, as a dancer, he's that generation. As a house dancer, he's not. As a popper, he is, but then he stopped after a while, so now he's not. This is where it's always going to be an argument. In a way, it's kind of like, who's your top 3 rappers? That's always going to be an argument. And really who's in what generation is always going to be it's like an argument. They call it like barbershop talks. It's like
it's kind of for the sake of conversation and fun,
literally
fun like disputes and opinions. Really and truly, I feel like you'd have to. Sorry, I'll let you learn real quick.
That's right.
But I think it's a thing where if you talk about generations, or if you have a talk on generation, you have to state what the generation is based upon. Yeah. Like you said, is it about making noise necessarily? And if it is about making noise, what are we all mutually agreeing on when it comes to what is making noise? Do you know what I mean? Or is it a generation based on age? Like when you came into the scene, like how many years until you go from young gen to middle gen, or is it just age? Because I know that me and Ela will say to each other nowadays, like, we're not really young gen anymore. Do you know what I mean?
No,
not at all.
Like, we're not really young gen, but I feel like we got, once again, subjectively though, we got to an age where we kind of said, like, we can't call ourselves youngers anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because I think we're 22.
You guys' generation is like the current generation.
I think so. We're current.
How old is like Kane and Zach and Isaiah? No, maybe Isaiah's a little bit younger.
Isaiah's a little bit younger.
So you guys are like that generation. So that generation for me is the current generation. You're the most active generation. I'm talking battle scene, by the way.
Okay.
But like
Oh, yeah.
battle scene, like that's the most like active generation. You're the ones pushing the what is happening. You're the ones representing the most. Carl, Kane, like people like this who are traveling, doing stuff. Obviously in hip hop, there's people in other, like even Omni and Poppin. That's all that same generation, you know. And then I think you've got. That's the crazy thing because it's like the generation above Kane and them lot is like Evian and them lot's generation, Evie and Josh and all that.
Yeah,
and I'm the
like-
generation above that. And then I think even underneath you guys' generation, there's like Maisie, there's all them like
Tyler and them
people are now starting to come up, literally sprout.
yeah,
sprout
Tyler's
up.
a young one, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It's
Also,
interesting.
speaking of battles and our current generation, pushing things forward. Battle for the Bag is on the 25th of May.
No, Ivor.
This weekend, by the way, is going
Yeah,
to be
this
fire.
weekend. And sorry,
Own the Floor sessions.
Yes, sir, bro.
What's on Saturday? Oh yeah, Battle for the Bag on Saturday.
Yeah,
Bird Gang's Battle on Sunday. Deja Vu have an event.
yeah. Breakout.
Breakout on Sunday. Also, Disconnection Jam have a whacking jam on Sunday. Also King Charles is teaching Friday, maybe Thursday. He's teaching 2 workshops on Friday. So yeah, there's a lot happening in London this weekend. So if you hear this in time, book a plane ticket.
In time. Sorry, Eli. Go truth.
It's all right. It's all right. It's interrupted me twice.
You can use that thing to turn off his mic if you want.
Can you? Wait, how do you do that? What?
I actually don't know
Because
which
Eli
one he
plays too
plugged him
much.
into.
You'll actually try and turn it off. He plays way too much, bro. Way too much.
Oh, you shouldn't have told me that.
Do you get it?
That was me from the subscribers. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say some people might even argue Dejon isn't from this generation or the generation of Omni and them lot because you were battling back when Damari was battling Pop City times, and a lot of the people who are part of the current generation weren't necessarily around for that time or weren't really necessarily making noise around that time. But for the under 18s lot, you were, correct me if I'm wrong, you were getting 3 prelims, right?
No, man, you're wrong.
You won't get to be-
I was a very. I have to make this very clear, especially on a public platform, yeah. Because I feel like there's certain guys as well that are actually older that's known me from when I also started, vaguely, even known of me. Yeah, I was a meaty battler. I never pursued it like that. I haven't really pruned myself and trained myself in the category of battling, whatever style it may be. I can credit myself and say that all round, like I know how to be a dancer, I know how to be a body in the space, I know how to like do projects, I know how to do visuals. You know what I mean? But I'm not about to come on a capsule and say
yeah, I
oh
was
yeah,
about that life.
back in the day, man was about that battling thing, and I used to battle Evian. No.
So you said you're here to call out Kane.
See what happens. Do you see
versus
you know what's actually funny? No, me and Kane's battle before though. Me and Kane's battle before. But it was that one side quest battle.
Oh no!
I
Don't
can't say that.
even
that.
say the name. Don't even say the name of the battle, bro. Don't get cancelled. I swear to God, don't get cancelled.
Quest battle. That's hilarious.
Oh, but yeah, I think.
But it wasn't a battle that the scene, is necessarily involved in. I'm not.
Fair enough. I hear it.
Sorry. It was a good battle. It was a good battle.
Fair enough, but I was gonna say maybe it's a more thing of for more of choreographic standpoint because you're doing GD&D stuff, and there was that 1 year 2019 when GD&D was making bare noise.
Yeah, that I can say was, but that's also competition crew stuff.
Yeah.
So like as a group, then yeah, I was a part of a very like memorable time in the scene, 110%. But yeah, I get why you say that, and I get why you.
No, I didn't say that. Someone else
Who said that?
Spin said that. To be fair, I'm sorry.
Oh,
to make you
first.
up.
To remember
Oh no,
that.
it's fine. So no, but yeah, obviously, but then I feel like this is a prime example of how generations can get confused. Do you know what I mean? Because I've been around once again, like how you said, Luke, like you can be around from before some certain people, but like I think it's, you know what? Let's rip the band-aid off and be real here. I think there's a bit if your ability to make noise, and did I hurt?
No, I just it's just made,
Did I?
it made a lot of noise.
Yeah, that hurt. Boom.
Damaging. Yeah,
But yeah, I think let's rip the band-aid off. I think whether or not you make it to a certain generation is actually based on your ability to make noise. Slightly.
You know what? I agree in a way.
Yeah, in a way. It's
Like,
not. It's,
no,
I don't want to land that point as a black and white point. It's
But
open.
part of me really agrees with you, and that's
Yeah.
like the harsh part of me being like,
Yeah.
nah, if you're shit,
but
you
what
don't
about the
count.
social aspect of?
Yeah,
that?
this is the thing. So this is what I would
Yeah.
say is like, it's not about, and this is, I think, it's a bigger point that we can maybe talk about another time. But like,
Definitely.
is that especially with specifically in the battle scene, although anything that we call a community, so it can be the choreography scene or whatever, but I think specifically with battling, because it is so, these styles are so based on community and socialness, I think it's just about being active. So it's like, if you're like, I'm a locker and I've been a locker since 2007, and it's like, yeah, cool, but like, you've just been a locker in your bedroom.
No, fair enough.
Like, are you a part of the scene?
I think I take
You
it
don't
back.
contribute anything.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing, and this is what I think we need to have a longer conversation about at some point, but is that like, these styles don't exist without, let's call it like circulation. Like, you can't just like pop in your bedroom and then be like, oh, I'm a part of the popping community, or
I've
I'm
really
a
been
popper,
about
because
it.
it's like, it needs circulate. You need to learn from people, but you also need to give back ideas, and you need to like, by battling, by ciphering, by being a part of it, you contribute back to the scene, which then all those things that you learned, all those moves that you learned, all the style, or like, let's say if we take hip hop, for example, there's a style of hip hop in the UK for the most part. Like, there's a very identifiable thing. If you learn that and go and take it and go do other stuff, and you don't bring your stuff back, it's like, that style didn't come from nowhere. It came from people like putting their spin on things. And there's certain people that had a really big impact in the way certain styles look. I'm sure Omni, being as big as he is now in popping, the next generation, there's going to be a lot more animation and stuff than there was. Like, we had Marvel in our generation.
Yeah.
But I think like there was a lot more like boogaloo type dancers in our generation. I think and Omni might have been inspired by people like Marvel, but then these people contribute what makes up the styles within the scene. So then if you take that and you go fuck off to your bedroom and just dance, it's kind of unfair to me, because it's like,
No,
you're
of
not
course, 'cause you're not putting in the
we've
hours,
all
you're not putting in the
collectively
shift.
done stuff to cultivate this scene. So then if you're
I
just doing it over there, you can't really talk about, oh, this is popping, or this is the style of popping, or this, because it's like, you're not involved in what we're doing over here. And it's like, there's a UK scene. No, there's a UK scene. There's a London scene. We're connected to the scenes in other cities. We're also connected to scenes across the world. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's really important to be a part of the community. So in that sense, I would say it's more about being active. Like,
I also want to also now publicly revoke the statement. You have to be so careful, you know. Generally, I think now, upon reflection of your explanation,
but I do agree with you, because there's two sides. One is like, are you part of that generation, in terms of, are you part of that battle generation? Like, if we look at like, let's say the battle generation, or let's say my generation, I traveled a little bit, but there was people like Brooke, Marvel, Sean, all those guys who were traveling and representing the UK like all the fucking time, and getting through prelims overseas, sometimes winning stuff, like, but making noise. So those people, like, there's other people that were active, but they weren't part of the battle generation. I wouldn't say like those are in that crowd, if that makes sense. Whereas if you were in London at that time, you're like, oh yeah, I know you from in London at that time, but I never saw you do anything externally. So it depends what you're.
It's a give or take. So I think then, to really hit the nail on the head, hopefully, is the fact that for those that really took it and ran with it, aka for those who made noise, you guys are like the spearheads of that generation.
More valid, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? But like, I think I do generally agree with the fact that how active you are does determine whether you was in the generation. Literally, if you went to every battle under the sun, even if you didn't get through even if you didn't get through prelims, you're active. Like, people will hear a certain name every time it's being called. People get familiar, so therefore you're a part of that generation of battlers. I don't want to get too complex of like, there's rules and regulations to make it into a generation. I think it's more so just, if you was there in that time and you battled consistently, I generally think how active you was. But now, generally, I think how active you was. Anyways,
I feel like, same how we say, like, if people were out there representing, like, going internationally, there's a certain level of, okay, cool, you spearheaded, you were very valid, that we could very easily see you're part of that. I think same could be said socially. Is like, if you go to every battle but you're not talking to anyone, are you really part of the community like that? You're just a face that we see, like, oh, there's that person in the corner. Are we going to talk to him? I mean, he seems pretty content in that corner by himself.
Or even like, it doesn't only have to be talking, but like ciphering.
Yeah,
or like,
interacting. Making yourself known.
I think there's a lot of stuff that's like unspoken rules in the hip hop dance community across the world that is like nice. That is like
Very nice. You want to show the camera what you dropped?
Speaking of moisturized lips,
Moisturized lips.
that's gonna be the title of the
I
pod.
knew it. Moisturized lips. Carmex. Vaseline.
to me.
Yeah, like I
Petroleum
think there's a
jelly.
lot of stuff that we unspokenly agree on that like
Yeah.
counts as like contribution. It's like if you're exchanging, if you're sharing ideas and stuff with the community, and there is a community for every style here, then yeah, that counts as being active. It's like there's a lot of people that not to throw shots at anyone, but like there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm a popper or I'm this, and they're in like choreo groups and stuff, and it's like, yeah, sure, fine, like you have learned somewhat the style, but I think you're not contributing to anything to the scene if you're not in and out and doing stuff, right? But also these styles are fluid, like they're not static. It's not like ballet where they've kind of set what it is, and then you learn ballet, and then you can not take another class for 20 years and still be like, yeah, I can do ballet.
Yeah.
If you're out of the loop with the community for like 3 months, you come back and you're like, holy shit, everything changed.
Yeah.
So it's like you need to be up to date with,
Yeah.
especially when we're talking about like current trends and stuff. Imagine a rapper not listening to hip hop music at all for a year and then making a song and trying to make it sell. He'd be making some old stuff that doesn't. It doesn't
wouldn't-
work. Like you have to
wouldn't hit
know
the
what's
market.
going on in the scene. Oh,
Exactly.
this sort of drums are popular. This sort of sound. Oh, that
Yeah.
like
The sound is popping off.
is it DJ Mustard or that dong dong dong, like those sounds? I don't know if you know
Yeah,
what I
I know
mean.
what you
Those
mean.
sounds that he used. Like it's like, oh, that's not popular anymore. That was more this era, and now it's this, and blah blah blah.
Like you
and
wouldn't try and
Culture's
use
one.
like a Steez from 2014.
someone
You know
comes
what I
down and
mean?
is like, oh yeah, let's get Ashanti on the hook. Like that's probably gonna sell. And it's like, nah, that was
Yeah.
then. Like
Yeah.
it's the same with
Yeah.
battling. I think like these styles, that things that you learned. Whenever you learned the style, you have to kind of not check in a way that we need to validate you, but you need to check in of like, is what I'm doing still relevant
gonna-
and
is it
still
gonna
part?
read?
Culture's changing and
Is it going to
developing.
read? Is it part of the current conversation?
Yeah, man,
Is
it's-
am I
it's-
being inspired by the current people? Like, yeah. So I think there's a lot of like, not only about validating your place in the generations, but like I think you do need to be active and exchanging to kind of do these styles properly. I don't know that you can 100% do them without being involved. Like you can say you do popping or hip hop or house, but if you're not part of the community and you're not exchanging, building it in the way, like if you're a house dancer and you're not, like if I could learn house, I know a few house steps. To say I'm a house dancer without going to jams, exchanging in the way that house dancers exchange in a cypher and the way that they dance
disconnect.
together is very different. Just doing a couple of steps isn't the same as dancing it with someone. Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole thing to that. But yeah,
Yeah. Also, I still listen. I just had to reply.
He wasn't
My
listening.
mumsy's getting some takeaway. G.
Oh, your mum can. Oh, what's she
Yeah,
getting
bro,
us?
West India. Us?
Yeah.
You want to come true?
Yeah, why not?
Imagine that. No, it's West Indian, innit? I had to reply
are you West
ASAP.
Indian? Where are you from?
Jamaica and Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two great places for food.
Come on, bro. Hey, listen, you already know the vibes.
My two
quick
top
sign.
searches on Deliveroo, bro.
I can't lie. I
know,
have a
like that.
controversial opinion about Jamaicans. We leave that
This
for
guy
another
wants
day.
to make a
This
cut.
sounds already like something
What's it,
that I
what's it?
cannot get involved in. This
get-
sounds
I'm
from
something
the
that I'm going to
Caribbean,
stay
though.
silent for. You what?
I'm from the Caribbean though.
But you're not
Okay.
Jamaican.
St. Vincent and Guyana.
Okay.
I'm Bajan as well.
Is this going to be about food?
Nah, nothing. to
Oh,
do
is
with
this
food.
gonna
Food's
get-
amazing?
Yeah, the feed's nice, bro.
Yeah, we say it for the
Yeah,
subscribers.
same with the subscribers.
Subscribe.
Listen,
smart,
have
he's
you
actually
tried this?
smart.
I asked Gadget about it, but this Nigerian food that they sell in Sainsbury's now.
Is it?
What's it called? Is Dodo and Gizzard?
You see me, yeah.
Have you
I'm
had
out,
it?
No, I'm out of touch on my Nigerian side.
No, but guys, listen. Honestly, it's a
110%.
it's a
I need
ready
to-
meal.
Okay, yeah.
To be honest,
Is it good?
Guys, I need to go to Nigeria.
My God, this shit. It's a ready meal. But I text Gadget and I was like, "Is this shit legit or is this like some
Some
like, fake-"
processed packaged
he would
stuff
know,
that
he would
Uncle
know
Eddie
that
might just jump on.
Yeah,
the
or
internet
some
and
like
complain
what
about.
what was that dude's name that did all the food? Jamie Oliver. I was like, is this some
Oh, yeah.
Jamie Oliver like fake
Some-
Nigerian
Like,
shit?
Let's call it for what it is. Is this a white man trying to colonize the black man's food?
That's kind of what I texted him. I was like, I think I might have said, is this real or is this some white people shit?
Yeah, is this? Did you get it?
But no, he said it's pretty legit, bro. It's basically, wait, how do you say that word? The it's PLAINT.
Plantain.
Yeah, okay, because I always get it wrong.
Thank you.
I might have spelled it wrong as well.
That's smart though. He was like, how are we
Plantain.
saying it today? Today we're gonna switch.
Yeah, because I
that was cold.
I
He
get in the
spelled- he
middle of
spelled it out.
fucking
Of
arguments and I'm like,
Caribbeans and Africans, because
Yeah.
Africans say plantain, Caribbeans say plantain. Me
is
personally,
that the
because I grew up,
difference?
yeah, because man said because I grew up in a Jamaica, like obviously I grew up with just my mum.
got ya.
Me actually finding out I was Nigerian, it's a whole backstory arc that let's not even get it. But because I grew up, what do you say?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Big
story.
facts. I'll tell you in the members club only.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I grew up in a Jamaican house, I'll just say plantain. I can't lie.
Fair.
you
It's, basically, it's that.
Yeah.
And chicken gizzard, whatever that is.
Right.
It's fucking good, bro. Anyway,
Right.
All of
You're
that
more
for no
Nigerian than
reason.
me,
That
You're
shit
more
is-
Nigerian than me.
one of my best friends when I was growing up was Nigerian, so he introduced me to a lot of good
Oliver
fucking
Luke.
food.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good
All right, let's
shit,
roll
good.
on to the other episode. Everyone, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, so many topics. Beloved.
Go and check out D-Li's Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah,
What is it?
yeah.
Is it at D-Li? What's the full?
Official dealer
Official
underscore.
D-Li. I knew there was something else.
Yeah,
Official
yeah.
D-Li
Official
underscore.
D-Li, where it's official.
Instagram, YouTube. I'll put the links in the description anyway.
Also find me. I'm out here.
Find them. They're out here. No, I'll put all your links in
chest,
the,
bruv.
I'm out here. Man out here.
and
Just plug your own social, G.
yeah,
you get
for
it?
real.
Elijah underscore R.S. innit?
I think mine's just the Jean McTurnan, just straight, innit? I'll double check that, but yeah. Also, separately, we might have to do a part 2, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That
come back.
was
We got
so,
a bear. We got a
that
bear.
was so, like,
subscribers, bro.
Hour and a half.
no, but like,
No, but like topics that we got.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Facts.
bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. You guys are welcome to come back anytime.
Yeah,
anytime.
man, definitely. I think you guys will see us back soon, man. I think it's good stuff.
Definitely.
Good stuff for real.
And yeah, so check us out on the. So guys, I haven't fully announced it yet, but I'm going to. I'm just saying this for you pod people, but the Instagram subscriptions are also open. So you can subscribe on Insta, you can subscribe on YouTube. You can't subscribe on the audio platforms just yet because their platform is shit for monetization. But
First.
yeah, check out our platform. I'm gathering up some content for you guys
Gathering
for
up
the
shit.
membership platform. There's already a few episodes up, so yeah, go and check us out over there. Check them out on Instagram, YouTube, all the stuff that they do. Next time they're hosting, check them out. They do good shit, and I'm
See
really
us at
critical.
Battle for the Bag actually on the 25th.
Hosting?
So yeah,
Let's go. Cool.
get it.
That'll be
Yeah,
tomorrow
man.
when this comes out.
110%.
So no, it won't. It'll be Saturday. But yeah, cool. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, 8 times, much love, 10 times 10. That's 100, bro. Quick maths.
Boom.